If you guys still don't believe us, we're in my boy's barracks right now.
This is Faisal, and he's gonna tell us how he went from being stationed in the Middle East to coming back to the United States and making over $300,000, working with multimillionaires, and now he's about to retire his parents at the age of 19, all while active duty Army. And he's gonna tell us how you can too.
All right, guys, we got Faisal in the house. He is a legend.
Faisal, do you kind of want to introduce yourself in terms of like how long you've been in the Army, where you're from, why did you join the Army?
Yeah, so my name is Faisal, right? I was originally born in Afghanistan. I came to America when I was 11 years old.
You were born in Afghanistan. Can you talk about like your journey to America? How'd you get here? How'd you get citizenship? Because that's a big thing for many in my audience.
Yeah, so my father, he was actually a linguist for the U.S. Army. So kind of ironic in the Army now. But yeah, so he was a linguist. And I think he did that for like 2 or 3 years. And once he fulfilled his duty, the military told him, hey, we can actually send you to America and all that stuff. And that's kind of how he came to America. And yeah, so I already had green card, I already had visa, I already had all of that stuff. And we just had to wait like 6 years for our citizenship. So, and I decided to join the Army right after high school. At first, I didn't want to join the Army at all. Like I was like, no, this is not going to happen. I just want to go to college. I was big on working out, and I would work out like 6-7 times a week. It was crazy. And my father, he actually told me, he was like, yo, you're either going to be working in McDonald's, Walmart, and you won't have time for the gym, and you're going to be going to school, getting bad grades, or you can just join the military. But then my thought was like, man, like military, guns, shooting, blow your leg up? Yeah. And I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
So then, but he kind of like got me into it. I started watching some videos. And you know, it's funny. Whenever I started watching military videos, right then and there, I saw his videos.
Yo.
Now, guess what? Now we're here, bro.
Now we're here, bro.
So I was like, okay, cool. I'm going to join the Army, and we're going to see how it goes.
Okay.
I joined, and I've been in the military for about 1.5 years now. And I've also deployed to Kuwait. That's not much of a deployment. You guys already know that. But I did go there. And when I was in Kuwait, that's when I had like a very big realization that I could do much more than the military itself. So.
Okay. And then how old are you?
I am currently 19 years old. I don't look 19, but I am 19.
Or what is your MOS and why did you pick it?
Yeah, so my MOS is 92 Fox, and that is a fueler. That's the main MOS that I have. And the reason why I actually chose that is not because I actually wanted it, I'll be honest. So the first MOS that I chose was dental specialist, like him.
Hey.
It is crazy, bro.
Pretty good
YouTube,
job.
no. I before like anything before this, I saw you on YouTube. I was a civilian, and I was gonna be a dental specialist. Bro, we were gonna be on the same route.
Before we continue the video, guys, you guys need to know that there are accounts out there trying to impersonate me, trying to get you guys to follow them and potentially give them your money, your hard-earned money, bro. Isn't the internet a weird place? Once I found this out, looking at these horribly made accounts of me, you guys need to know that there is a lot of information that I found about myself that I did not need to be out there, that I do not want to be out there. Information like my phone number, my home address, my email, information that could be used to scam people that are close to me saying that, hey, I need your help. Can you send money to this phone number? I live here. You guys get the idea. And that's where today's sponsor comes into play, Aura. Aura protects your personal identity by going out and getting all the information that are on all these publicly listed websites that any scammer could use to maybe hack into your account or scam your family members, and they get rid of it just like that. And not only that, they monitor your credit, they monitor your passwords that you use and your emails that you use that may have been involved in breaches across like all the internet. And my personal favorite, they block robocalls happening on your phone because that is annoying. And Aura is super easy to use since it's all in one place. They have a website and they have a mobile app, saving you time from going to each website where your email or whatever your information is on and asking that website, hey, I don't want my information on your website. And so Aura saves you that time. And also all the telemarketers that call your phone, someone becomes a victim of identity fraud every 14 seconds. Isn't that crazy? By the time I'm done talking, someone is a victim of identity fraud. Don't let that be you. I even found out that my email was a part of a breach for Twitter. Like without Aura, I would not have known that at all. So imagine all of your information that's potentially out there being used by hackers, scammers, etc., that you don't even know about. Because let's be honest, the internet's just getting worse and worse with all these data breaches. Every other day you hear about a new data breach. Especially if you're military, we work so hard for what we have. Just imagine it gone just like that because your information was a part of a data breach or you weren't monitoring your credit. And so I want you guys to be protected, or I want you guys to be protected. And so that's why if you guys use my link in the description below, you guys will get a 14-day free trial to use Aura and see for yourself why I like it, and you guys should have it.
Earlier in the video, you were like, in Kuwait, I had this mindset shift. Could you go into that?
So in Kuwait, something I noticed was like obviously the weather is like super hot, right? And we're always on the wet, like we're always outside. As a fueler, you're always outside. That's how it is. And something that I noticed was that the highest ranking people, they would always be like in the AC. So that would make me really jealous. Like all these officers and all these high ranking people, they're in the AC, they're just chilling, blah, 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 blah. And I'm out here like sweating all day, walking like 8 hours a day. It's just terrible. So I was like, man, I want to live like that. So that was like my point where I'm like, man, like I got to change this. I can't be like living like this forever. So yeah, because I know a lot of people, whenever like they see like a rich person or something, they're like, oh my God, Lambo, I want that. But for me, it was like, man, I want to be in the AC.
It'd be like that, yeah, for real.
That's how it was for me. So one day, I think I had a mental breakdown or something.
Really?
Yeah, it was terrible because I was like, bro, this is just too much for me. I've never experienced anything like this.
Was it just like the separation anxiety, the conditions? What do you think was it?
I think it was because I didn't want to stay in the military forever. And also, I didn't want to be in the condition that I was forever. Because I knew that if I stay in the military, like, because I only have a 2-year contract. So I'm like, bro, what am I going to do after 2 years? I don't know. What am I going to do? Right? So that's what I had, like, that anxiety. That same day when I had that mental breakdown, that same day I was looking at Robert Kiyosaki. I was
Rich Dad Poor Dad.
Rich Dad Poor Dad. I ordered his book 2 weeks later. It came in, and in Kuwait, that's when I started like reading the book, and my mind was literally blown. I would tell my mom like, "Oh my God, like school is a scam. This is just terrible. Why are people not like working hard?" Like my mind was blown.
So you think Robert Kiyosaki's Rich Dad Poor Dad kind of started that mindset shift in terms of like being curious enough to kind of find out a little bit more, you know, how else the world works type of thing?
100%. 100%. Because like he mentioned on his book, for example, like real estate, investing and all that stuff. And once you start learning a little bit about money, then you're like, oh my goodness, like I can actually do this? This is like, wait, this is not a hack? Wait, is this a hack or what is it? Are you cheating the game? What am I doing? So like that to me was like very fascinating.
And so what did that lead into specifically? Like, cause like we talked about what you do now. So what did that lead into you know, how did you find it? How did you find out? Or could you kind of tell them what you do now or like what that led into?
Yeah, so right now I have my own social media marketing agency. But to put it in like 3 or 4 words, it's 4 letters, it's SMMA, that's what it's called. If you Google SMMA, you'll see it. But I have a social media marketing agency and I help chiropractors. Like that, for you guys, it might be a lot. Like right now, you might be like, how the hell did he go from Robert Kiyosaki to helping chiropractors, blah, blah, blah. But let me explain it, right? During Kuwait, I also met a very cool person. You remember him. He had a beard, tall. You remember him?
Yeah.
So his name is Sebastian, right? And he used to do like, he had an apartment, but like he would rent it out to people. So I'm like, oh my God, this guy's making money. I want to hang out with him.
Especially passive income, right?
Exactly. He was making passive income. He's in Kuwait, bro. He's in deployment. I'm like, how the hell is he doing this? So I'm trying to hang out with him. He doesn't want to talk.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, cool. How can I provide value to him? That's when that like started coming in. Because I'm like, in order for me to get something from someone, I have to provide value to them. So I was like, how can I provide value to Donato or Sebastian? Maybe I can work out with him. So I started working out with him. I started teaching him like, hey, this is how you work out like a lot. I started motivating him every single day. We're working out every single day. And then that's when he started to open up. Like, hey, read these books. Like that's when I had like a big mindset shift.
If you guys made it this far in the video and you guys are enjoying it and you guys are gaining value from it, comment down how you want the military to benefit your life and like the video.
What he mainly really taught me was just mindset. Right? He taught me that, like for example, meditate. I actually started meditating because of him. Because I saw him meditating and he was just doing that. For example, thinking positive, right? Abundance mindset, all that stuff. He actually taught me all that, right? So those are the main things that he taught me. Just having the right mindset, and it just, just going from there and just reading the right books. And in Kuwait, I also went to school for accounting.
Really?
Yeah. So, because that's why I started reading Robert Kiyosaki. I'm like, oh my God, I need to learn about finance and all that stuff, right? And so I went to accounting, but whenever I did, I was like, man, this is not like very useful. Like, what is this? I'm like, I can just learn this in books. Because at that point, I knew that financial literacy was very important. That's what I realized, right? And something else that I realized, back in the day, right? If you wanted to learn, like this is a long time ago, right? If you wanted to learn about religion and all this stuff, right? The only language they had was, you could only learn it in Latin.
Really?
But a lot of people, they didn't know Latin, right? So what would they do? They would go to the Pope and all this stuff, and they would teach them, Latin.
How to read Latin.
Yeah,
Okay.
how to read Latin. Or not just how to read Latin, but more like, this is, religion. And all that
Or
stuff.
just kind of he would just transcribe it for them.
Yeah,
not
yeah.
necessarily.
But nowadays, here's how I see it, right? I'm like, now you have financial advisors. That's who they are. They want to teach you that Latin. They want to teach you financial literacy. You have tax accountants. You have all these people, right? So I was like, I don't want that. I want to learn it myself.
Yeah.
Because I knew financial literacy was important. And this is the language of today. Latin was the language of, a long time ago. Financial literacy is the language of today. So I was like, okay, cool. I need to learn about finance. So I went into accounting. I started reading more books about finance. And started just researching more on finance. So during that whole deployment period, I was like, I just need to learn about finance and money and how it's made and all that stuff. So that was for me, that was Kuwait.
And then so going into your SMMA, right? How did you get introduced into that? And then you basically said what it was. You're pretty much helping businesses get more customers, pretty much.
Exactly. Through social media. Yeah, so the way I actually got into that, and before I even get into that, right, I actually started another business. It was a side business.
So you had started your SMMA in Kuwait?
No, this was after Kuwait.
So what was your first business?
So the first business, I'll tell you, because in Kuwait, I was like, all right, this is just a learning period. I'm just going to learn. I'm going to read books. That's it. No stocks, no nothing. And when I came back to America, I was like, okay, cool. Now it's time to just take action. So the first business was, it's like a multi-level marketing. You know, MLM.
A pyramid scheme.
Pyramid scheme, guys.
Maybe we won't put this in the, but go, or I cut you off. So I mean, go. How did that go? For you?
Yeah. So MLM pyramid scheme, right? I did that. I got dragged into it myself, but so I won't even lie. But I got dragged into it, and I was like, oh my God, this. I started selling products to all my friends and.
Was it like Herbalife or something like that?
Yeah, it was Amway. It was that.
What is that?
It's like a different one than Herbalife.
But you were selling your products.
Yeah. So I'm selling, I'm talking to my friends and all that stuff, right? But this is very interesting, right? And I feel like you should keep this in the video because it actually taught me how to sell.
Yeah, for sure.
It's a very valuable skill, learning how to sell things to people. And it taught me how to communicate with people. So that's a very valuable skill that I learned from that. But then I looked at the numbers. I'm like, bro, I'm working fucking crazy. I'm making fucking $50 a month. The fuck is this?
I got you.
Yeah, so I was like, but I can't be living like this.
And this was all still while active duty military.
Yeah, this is active duty military.
Yeah, so you're back on Fort Drum, where we're at right now. You feel me? Okay, and then so basically, you feel like working all these hours just for $50 a month. I was like, yeah, this is not.
Bro, this
ain't it.
3 cents. You sell a product 3 cents. What is that, bro? You can't be selling a product for 3 cents.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, this is not for me. So during that same time, I was like, all right, cool. Let me look into let me just look into different businesses, how to make money online, blah blah blah. Drop shipping. Oh, I need money for that. SMMA. I don't really need money for this. I just have to put in hours and sweat. That's it. And I was like, okay, cool. So with SMMA, if I have one client can pay me $1,000, and if I have 10 clients, I'm making 10K a month. So now you have 10 clients. It just wasn't a very hard it was for me, I was just mind blown because I was like, what the hell? This is crazy, and I need to get into this. So I got into it, and for the first 4 or I think 5 months, I didn't sign a single client. It was terrible.
For the first 4 to 5 months?
4 to 5 months, I didn't sign a client. Nothing, right?
So I don't know if you were probably going to say this. So what were you doing though? How were you trying to find your clients? What was your whole process in the beginning? What were you doing?
Yeah, so in the beginning, I actually decided to invest in myself instead of for example, investing in the stock market and invest in a house, anything. I was like, I'm gonna invest in myself and in my education. So I bought a course, right? And I think it's called, like, I don't know if you want to put it, but I mean, I'll just say it. Yeah, so the course I bought is by Iman Gaji.
Hey.
Yeah, so, and it's Agency Navigator. It was 1,500, and I was like, bro, it's a lot of money, right? 1,500. But now I'm like, this is nothing. But yeah, so that point, it was a lot.
Yeah.
It was a lot of money for me. So I invested in that course. It was like, I think November time, like last year. So November time last year, I invested in the course, and that same night, I'm like I think I stayed up for like 10 hours just like looking through the course and everything because I was super excited. I was like, bro, I'm gonna be rich. It's gonna be amazing. Blah blah blah. Tomorrow I'm gonna have a client. There's no problem. Easy work. Because I'm like, I know sales already. But it's not hard. 4 months pass, nothing. So even after I finished this course, for the first like 4 or 5 months, no client. I'm emailing people. I'm calling people. It's just terrible.
And so you got your SMMA established, right? Do you so for example, if somebody wants to start an SMMA, right? Do you name your SMMA? Do you create an LLC for it?
So this is completely different than what everyone else thinks, and I just like being completely honest with everyone. I don't recommend you start an LLC. I don't recommend you file taxes for any of this stuff. I don't recommend you do any of that shit. Just fucking start making some money. That's it. That's
Worry about all the...
Yeah, worry about all the intricacies later. Just start making money. You don't have a business unless you're making money. That's how it is. You can have an LLC and you have a business on paper, but if you're not making money, you don't have a business. That's how I see it.
Grant Cardone says, worry about the problems later.
Yeah, worry about those like intricacies, problems later. Yeah, I know he said that.
Okay, so pretty much this is just Faisal, hey Walmart, I'm Faisal with my SMMA, are you interested in my services that could potentially get you more customers? That was pretty much what you were doing?
Yeah, so that's basically what I was doing, but instead of like, for example, going to Walmart, because like they're $1 billion, there's no way they're gonna be like, oh my god, this guy in the military, how much he's making, 2.5K? Nah. But I still keep pushing. And then I think the 6th month, I signed my first client. I didn't retain him. It was terrible. I promised him all these crazy things. I'm like, oh yeah, I'll get you like I'll make you like $1 billion tomorrow. Don't worry, easy. I've done this for a long time. Obviously, I haven't. I don't know anything about business.
Yeah.
So I promised him all these crazy stuff. He was a doctor, by the way, Dr. Smith. Sorry. And basically, for a whole month, he gave me like a $500 budget. He was like, hey, just take this $500, put it into marketing, do whatever you can with it. So I put that money and I got him like 2 leads. It was terrible. No one showed up. I burnt like $500 of his.
So pretty much once you do get that client, and then how did he just respond to one of your emails that you sent out like, hey, I'm interested, let's talk or whatever?
Yeah.
And then from that point on, they give you 500 or X amount of money that they're willing to spend for like marketing. And then you are in control of that marketing.
Yeah. So basically, right, they will give you money. Like we call it ad spend. So it's your marketing expenses. So this goes straight to like Facebook and Instagram, right? This doesn't go to you, but you're also making money as well. So I'm making $1,000 for myself. This is for me, but for the marketing cost, which is going straight to Facebook, that's 500.
So you get a flat rate plus a marketing budget.
Yeah, marketing budget.
And that's the whole business model.
That's literally the whole business model, bro.
Okay.
You're so simple.
Getting paid to get more clients.
Yeah, I'm literally getting paid just like to make other people make like money. So.
Or I was gonna say just pretty much go back into like why it didn't work out and stuff like that.
Yeah, so the reason why it didn't work out was obviously because I didn't know anything about marketing, right? Here's another valuable lesson that I learned. I was like, okay, cool. All these courses are cool. Like you can learn so much from these courses. I learned Facebook ads, I learned all this stuff. But at the end of the day, when I was like making his ads, I didn't know anything about Facebook. I'm like, you can learn as much as you want in courses. You can learn as much as you want in class. But I guarantee you that will not be as good as actually doing it yourself.
Facts.
Yeah.
Like you could read as many books, but without action.
100%, bro.
You're just wasting your time.
You can read as many books about making money as you want, but you're not gonna make money unless you fucking do it.
This man's on his Iman Gazi shit, boy. Let's go, boy.
Yeah,
bro.
So that's how it was. I was like, I don't know anything about Facebook. I ran his ad. It was terrible. Like after a month, I burnt 500 of his. I refunded him back the 1,000.
Damn.
Yeah, because I promised, I'm like, oh, if I don't get you result, I'll refund you the money. Easy,
Yeah,
easy, don't worry.
facts, yeah.
Because that's a good way for him to like, be like, oh, cool, whatever.
Do you think that's a good way to get clients too?
Yeah, 100%,
Okay,
100%.
okay.
And I do the same thing now as well.
So after your Smith situation, right? Let's go to the next client. How long did it take you to get the next client, and what did you do differently?
So the next client, it took me about like 2 or so months later.
Okay.
It was terrible. So I signed this client. I'm feeling terrible. Like I'm like, oh my God, I haven't gotten results for this guy. Like I just felt so bad. And then a few months later, like 2 months later, I signed like 4 clients in like a month. It was amazing.
Now, when you're trying to go for clients, right, do you have a specific industry you want to go into as far as the businesses, or is it just anybody?
Yeah. So what I learned in the beginning, which was very good, was you should just stick to one thing and just do that. For example, Aaron, right? He just stick to YouTube and he just does that.
4 years, baby.
4 years.
4 years, and now we're here, baby boy.
100%. So he's not like focusing on, for example, I don't know, drug dealing, this, like all, like no, it's straight up YouTube. That's it, right?
Yeah.
So I learned that also in the beginning, where I was like, okay, cool. If I wanted to get into SMA, I'm gonna contact only a certain type of business, and that I just chose doctors and chiropractors, and that was it. I was like, I'm gonna just contact these people. So then I could just learn about the industry. So then whenever I'm marketing to them, it's just copy and paste at this point, because it's easy now. I don't have to relearn every single time. So I just went for chiropractors.
And then, so what stuck out for chiropractors for you?
I think it was because it was mentioned in Iman Ghazi's course. I was literally just monkey say monkey do.
Yeah.
Like he said it, I was like, all right, let's do it.
And if it works, there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah,
at
and
all.
also like chiropractic, like that industry, it is proven. Like there are SMAs out there, they're making like $500,000 a month just by working with chiropractors. So it's proven. Like it works. So that's why I was like, all right, let's just get into that. It works.
And then, so pretty much, right, you guys don't have to reinvent the wheel. If you guys are seeing something that somebody else is doing and it's successful, bro, there's enough money. Money is printed every day, baby boy. Like, you could do the exact same thing. All it takes is just time. You would agree?
100%.
Yeah.
Time, that's what it takes. Like I said, 4 or 5 months, I didn't see anything. I was literally working every single day, like on the business. Like, for example, making my website, doing all this stuff, and it was just, like sending emails, calling. It just didn't work out for like 4 or 5 months. But it taught me a very valuable lesson, and that is that you have to be patient. Money is going to come. Just don't worry about it. Just
trust the process.
Just trust the process. That's it.
And then, so pretty much, right? So you said 4 months in, you got your first client. That was a bomb, right? And then 2 to 3 months after, you got your second client.
I signed 4 clients in like 4 or 5 days.
How did that go? Could you kind of walk us through with all those?
Yeah. So with them, it was actually a little bit easier now, because I'm like, okay, cool. I know about Facebook, but I also started actually invested in myself even more at this point. I bought another course, right? And this course was Joel Kaplan, and right now he's my business partner. Like we're working together.
It's crazy.
It is crazy.
It's crazy because he's a multimillionaire.
Bro, he's making $1 million a month.
And here we are, Fort Drum, New York, baby. If you haven't been motivated or inspired yet, man, like you could do whatever you put your mind to, bro. Okay, talking about money, like give us a range, how much you're making. Not a range, but like, whatever you want to share to kind of inspire and motivate people watching. It's like, yo, this dude, I can make something out of this.
100%. So right now, I am making more than 6 figures, right? This is yearly, not monthly yet. 6 figures yearly. I'm a specialist in the military.
And how much are you making specialist pay? Like,
as a specialist, I think like 2.5. I don't even count anymore, bro. I don't care.
here I am, first or the 15th. Let's go. This man.
No, bro, like I remember I showed you. I was like, 1.5 yesterday. Oh, here you go.
Yeah. So. He actually showed me we were working out, and I'm like, no way, that's insane. We got to do a video. Do you think the military gets paid enough?
No, I think the military should get paid a lot more.
A lot more. Like how much is a lot?
I wouldn't say a lot more, but I think military personnel should definitely get paid. I'd say a little bit, definitely more than what they're getting paid right now. I can't give you a number, but I just know military personnel, they're very hardworking people, right? They're sacrificing their whole life for the nation, and that's a very big sacrifice. And that also takes a lot of courage, and especially if you've been in the military for like a long time, right? Because you're sacrificing your like mental health. You're sacrificing your physical health. Like for example, you could get injured, you could get your leg blown up, you could, all this stuff. But you're just saying like, no, I'm a man, I'm gonna get this done, and I'm gonna support my country. And
Or
I really
a woman.
respect that. Or even a woman.
Yeah.
And I respect that. I respect that for everyone. And I think you should get paid more for that. And that's very valuable. Without the military, America would be nothing.
Facts. Do you think now's a good time to join the military?
I don't know. I
Yeah.
can't give you a clear answer. Maybe maybe it is. Maybe it's not.
That's pretty safe to say.
Yeah, it's pretty safe to say. I'm not gonna just tell like someone, hey, just join the military, right? If it's your prerogative and you want to join the military and you want to serve this country and you want to do something better for your life, or you just want to, get really good benefits for yourself, so when you do get out, you can afford college and have a really good education. If you want to do that, go ahead, just join whenever you can. But just so you know that there are going to be some sacrifices, right? You might be sacrificing your personal time sometimes, and that's okay. But you're getting the benefits.
What do you think the hardest thing you faced in the military was?
Hardest thing I've faced in the military so far.
Hardest obstacle to get over?
Hardest obstacle to get over or anything. Are we talking about like mentally?
Anything, bro.
Anything? I think the hardest obstacle that I've had so far. I don't know. I can't give you a clear answer because I think the military is a journey, not like it's gonna be very hard or anything like that. Obviously, the military as a whole, it is very hard. But I think I look at it as I think everything that I've done so far, it's fun. It's fun. It might be hard, but it is fun. But to answer your question, what's the hardest thing that I've gotten to so far? It was probably deployment. That was probably the only thing because that's when I was like mentally where like I started realizing and everything, and it just wasn't like I was like I don't want this. That's probably the hardest time.
Yeah,
Other than that, just nothing else.
I think for me, since I didn't get the opportunity to deploy, I wouldn't mind. JRTC, it was just like, just sucks, bro.
Yeah.
I'm thankful looking back to, that mental fortitude. I feel like I could do literally whatever I put my mind to since I know JRTC is just like ultimate test of yourself, I feel like. But I feel like for me that kind of caused that, or the hardest thing for me in my career was JRTC, man. Like I kind of wanted to cry sometimes. It's just like you're cold, you're up early, you're tired, you're wet, and it's just you're getting attacked. It's crazy. Do you think because you kind of lived in Afghanistan for a little bit? Do you think kind of how you're raised plays a big part in like how you're For you saying, military's not bad, maybe it's because you think it's because of how you grew up in Afghanistan or in America?
Yeah, so even like when I grew up, my parents were very strict, right? The country was not the best, right? So I think 100%. I think that's why I'd say like the military, it's not very bad, right? Unless like you're going to be in war, obviously, and people are dying and all that stuff. Obviously, it is going to be very bad, and I don't wish that on anyone to see. But yeah, when it comes to that, but just joining the military in general, just so you can serve your country, I don't think it's a bad thing.
Yeah, like peacetime military and wartime military, completely different things. And for my viewers who are more experienced with that stuff, man, this is what we're exposed to. We don't know what it's like for a wartime military, so obviously we can't speak on that.
Right.
We thank you for your service and sacrifice, but until we get a taste of that, this is what our experience is, and this is what our outlook on life is. It's definitely going to change if the country were to go to war, but we're just talking about the present. But nah, man, do you have any closing, advice or things you wish you do differently and stuff like that, or?
I will say something. I think people should see things not for how they are, but what they actually are. Not for what they could be, but what they actually are. If your situation in life is bad, just be thankful. Be like, hey, this is just the starting point of where I'm at.
You can only go up from here.
Yeah. I can only go up from here. For example, for joining the military, right? I was like, when I first joined, I'm like, bro, this is the most terrible thing I've done. I wish I never joined. I wish I just went to college. But now I think about it, I'm like, it was just a starting point. It is what it is. I joined the military, and look where I am now.
What would you say to your future self?
What would I say to my future self? Future self, if you are seeing this, you should put this on YouTube.
For sure.
And
on some email.
Show your life. Yeah, show your life now. Just be like, hey, this is the life I'm living, and just inspire as many people as you can. Just keep pushing. Make sure you're still following God, and you're looking up to Him. And yeah, that's what I would say to my future self.
Yeah, bro. Make sure y'all are still watching 5 years from now, brother. Right now we're in Fort Drum, New York. It is 2023. You have X amount of money in your bank account. I have like maybe 1,000. I don't know. But yeah, unless you got anything else, bro.
Nah, man, I think this is it.
Yeah. Appreciate y'all for watching, boys. If you guys found a lot of value out of this, like the video. Yeah, bro, if y'all enjoyed it, subscribe to Faisal. Don't give up on yourself. Invest in yourselves.
100%.
Peace out.
See ya.